Okay, friends, I'm so excited to be here tonight with my good friend, Courtney Van Auken. She's the presidential diamond in our company. We became close really over the last year and a half since I went VIP. And she's just incredible. And I'm so excited for you guys to hear from her and have her tell you her story. But some of the things I know is that this girl is a mass enroller. And drop a 1 in the chat if you would love to be a mass enroller. You would love to just be hauling in those LCs and DTs. And she's extremely consistent. She's very much, like we were just talking about before I hit record, not immune to negative emotions, but has been able to train her brain to like feel the negative emotion and then keep doing what she needs to do, which is truly the key to success. And so this girl's already earned her Christmas cash once. I'm sure you're close to doing it again, right? Like very close.
Almost on my 3rd time, actually.
Yeah, actually almost on her 3rd time. That's what I'm saying. So if you would love to be on that level, you need to be on the Zoom or watch this recording. And I'm so excited. So like I said, there's just like really 4 kind of things I'm going to have you go over. But the first one is just tell us your story. And I would really love if you could highlight, whatever you're comfortable with, some of the obstacles that you've overcome.
Yeah, definitely. So my name's Courtney, and my Wi-Fi in the driveway of my mom's house right now is a little shaky. So if you can't hear me at any time, please tell me in the chat. I'm like watching over there. But my name's Courtney Van Auken. I've been doing this for almost 5 years. And just like Hope said, it's been like a crazy journey. Like honestly, your whole business and your entire life is probably like a roller coaster, right? There's always like so many different things, so many different bumps, so many different valleys, so many different mountain peaks that you're going to be going through, especially in a business opportunity, because as a business owner, it's up to you, right? It's up to you to like be in control of your business. So that was something, honestly, when I first started this, and I'll tell my story a little differently, just because of like that question. But when I first started this, the only person like I saw business wise in my life was like my dad. And my dad always like forever since I was born, always had a new business venture, always had something like that he had a new idea that he was working on. So he like honestly gave me that entrepreneurial spirit from the time I was born. But I did 2 businesses before this and they were MLM as well. But I had no support, no training. I literally remember like signing into one, getting my jewelry in the mail. And I was like, what the heck do I do now? Like I had no idea. I threw a party. I had one party ever. I was like, this is not my life. So when I started this, the girl who I enrolled with, I actually got added by her in October 2016. She added me from a promotional group, like a group on Facebook. She was adding a bunch of people like we do. We grow our network. She added me. And within 2 months, well, 3 months, I started with her on January 16th. And I started with her because she posted about the cleanse and it was the new year. And I was like, yes, this is the year I get my health in check. And I bought the cleanse. And then 2 hours later, I was like, you know what? I see you're living in Florida. Do you really just do this business? Because I tried 2 businesses before and they did not work out for me. But if you really do this and it's all online, I'll give it a shot. So I had 2 part-time jobs. I had a full-time job working at Campbell's Soup. I was getting my master's degree. So honestly, I just needed something for extra money that I could do from my phone, not actually be present anywhere. Right. So when she said, yeah, I do this all from social media, let me teach you. And then I was plugged into our team, and you guys know how our team is. There's so much support. So I was like, heck yeah, I can totally run with this. And within a couple months, I went Emerald, making that extra income that I was looking for. And I honestly coasted there for a year. I coasted there from March, that same year that I started, until I went to conference the next January. Because remember, the only person in my life that was like an entrepreneur, that was a business owner in my life, was my dad. And honestly, like he's never going to see this recording, so it's totally fine to be open and talk about it, but he wasn't the best role model, right? Like he wasn't the best role model. He had great ideas. He always had a new business opportunity. So in my eyes, I think I may have related, like I had some limiting beliefs surrounding the fact of making a lot of money and being your own boss, because I saw my dad do it so many times and lose it so many times. So that's something in 5 years time frame I've had to overcome a lot, because as I started making, let's just say, amazing paychecks, right? Like 20,000 and above, insert income disclosure statement. I was like, what the heck? Like, I don't want to lose it. I don't want to lose it, just like he did. Okay. So my first conference, I saw other people doing it and I was like, wow. And there was other people that worked full time that were triple diamond. And I was like, I can make $10,000 a month from my phone, like working full time. And at that time, I did not want to leave my job. Like I didn't want to leave my corporate job. I was getting my master's degree, right? I just finished my master's degree and I worked so hard to get that degree to be able to move up in the corporate world. So I was all in when I saw a conference. I was like, I'm all in. I'm going to go triple diamond while I'm working full time, right? Like drop a one if you would love to be able to make a $10,000 or more check in the chat right now. I know everyone is probably going to be dropping a ones. There's tons of ones, right? So that's a triple diamond average income each month, right? So when I was like, you know what, I'm going to do it. I went diamond that next month after conference. I went double diamond the month after that. I was there for the next year until my next conference. And then I went triple diamond the same month as conference. So in February 2019, I'm like fast forwarding. And then I was like, okay, I was February 2019, I was triple diamond. And then guess what? In June 2019, I'm sure you heard this by now in my story, but I got laid off from that corporate job that I thought was so secure that I was moving up. But by that point, I was doing this for 2 years and I was like, why am I so like gung-ho on like this corporate job? I think it was security, right? Remember back to those limiting beliefs and like that those fears. It was like, okay, I see someone in my life that was close to me get a lot of money and lose it. So what if that happens to me? I'm going to make sure I have a security blanket of a corporate job. So that was where I was 100% at. And I think by the grace of God, and like I was always talking about one day maybe quitting my job. I remember telling Melissa, like, I think it was like April of that same year, a couple months before I got laid off. I was like, maybe by the end of this year, I'll go full time with It Works. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so excited for you. Because I would never like, before I told her, no way. This is my side gig forever. And then I got laid off and I was like, wow, like I think I put this into existence because I talked about it all the time. And I said, maybe one day, maybe by the end of the year. And then at that moment, I was forced to really like focus on those limiting beliefs. I was forced to figure out why I was so afraid of the income, why I was so afraid of being my own boss, why I had that fear, like the self-doubt, right? Like Hope was just talking about, like all the things that we go through. That was when I really like was forced to really spend that time with myself. So that was when I made a dream board again. And I was like, you know what, this time it's going to be like real things that I really want, not just like when you make your first dream board and you're like, oh, nice house, nice this. Guys, this is like a dream board I'm talking about when you're like, I can actually do this stuff and I'm going to overcome some really hard things in my life and in my personal like self-doubt and fears in the process of getting these things. So I really challenge you right now as we're entering 2022 to make a dream board of what you really want, not what you think you want, like what you truly want. And I was like, you know what? I have freedom now. So what can I do with my freedom? I want to buy a motorhome and travel the country. I want to promote to the next highest rank in the company. I want to be a top 150 income earner in the company. Like, why not? And then that next year, literally 12 months later, June 2020 is when I went pres. I got engaged to Brett and we bought a motorhome. And then October of last year, we started traveling. And now it's been a full year of traveling full time. And I've been top 150 for the last 2 years in a row in the company. And guys, guess what? That wasn't easy, right? It wasn't easy. It wasn't something that like was just handed to me, right? It was just something I had to like overcome my own doubts, like I was telling you, those fears. Like think about what yours are and try to like really focus on spending time with yourself every day. Like right now I'm doing a course with Brett actually for 19 weeks or something like that, and it's all about like digging in to what you truly want and the things that you feel of like why you don't deserve what you truly want. So going through that, I know like we got some friends over here starting their own courses, which is super cool. But just having that time with yourself is a number one priority. Like I know when you first start, Hope will tell you or someone will tell you like listen, watch The Secret, make a dream board, like journal every day, like do personal development. But that's one thing that seriously has carried me through the ups and downs. And now this year, right, I got announced as number 69 in the company. I haven't been pres, guys, since I went pres. So please like take the rank off of the chart. Like do not be like so like, oh my God, I need to be diamond or I need to be double diamond. I need to be triple diamond. I need to be like, I need to be ambassador in order to make a lot of money. I made a lot of money. I still make a lot of money as a double diamond. Like that's real honest truth here. And that's been my own ups and downs. That's been my own like things I've had to go through. I had my entire leadership on my team basically leave. And I had to like rebuild. So when Hope says like mass recruiting, I'm bringing in all these new people now and I'm focusing on spending that time with them so I can help them grow. And I really want to have that solid foundation, that solid leadership as I go to my next level. And I feel like we honestly go to that next level once we level up ourselves. So figuring out like where your limiting beliefs are, what you think is holding you back from being that next level, and realizing you don't have to be like ambassador or double ambassador to make ridiculous money in this company. So just find the right people and work with them and then pour your energy into them as you're growing yourself.
Yes, girl. Yes. And you did. You went into like kind of what I was going to have you wrap up with, and we can talk more about it because me and Courtney can talk about mindset all day long, but just how you keep your mind right. And she's so right. It's having that self reflection and having that time with yourself where you, this is something they say in Tony Robbins, but like call it tight, like call it out for what it is. Me and Miss Kylie Pops had a really, really good call this week about just like, calling it what it is and don't wait until it's taken you over and taken you out to admit like I'm feeling discouraged, I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm feeling this. What me and Rebecca were just talking about, she was like, I got frustrated, I quit. I said, it's not about not being frustrated, it's not about not being doubtful. I'm frustrated and doubtful like way more than I feel good in this particular season of my business, but I look at that as a observer, not with judgment, just as like wow, that's really frustrating to me. This I'm really having a lot of doubt around this. Why? And what can I do about it? Because there's some things you can't do anything about in your life. But honoring and processing your emotions and honoring and processing your limiting beliefs, you can do that. You are capable of, that's one of the only things we can do in life is to have that inner reflection. And so yeah, like Courtney said, I do have a course that's coming out and it's all about self-love and I'm stoked on it, but there are so many courses and coaches and podcasts and books and YouTube videos and Zooms that you can watch. But really there's not anything that necessarily anyone or anything is going to do for you that you can't do for yourself sitting down with a notebook. And I actually have like a mindset exercise that Jade gave me, Jade Hooper, that I've been doing like weekly, and like I cry every time and I'm uncovering all kinds of stuff. So if you guys want to have something in front of you that you're like, look, I need to process, let's do it and do it yourself, because that's way, way more powerful. So I love that. So, and I'm so proud of your story and all the things. And I mean, she's right, you guys, there used to be all of this pressure for me with like diamond and like triple diamond. And it's like, you guys, I haven't been triple diamond in a hot minute. Like, let's be real, but I'm still able to make the money for my family. And I think too, like with this crowd that we have on specifically, like how many of you, it's like a $500 like monthly in bonuses, not counting commissions, even just that would be freaking life changing right now. Going into the holidays, going into the new year, right? So obviously you can make way, way more than that because Courtney is making way, way more than that. But also if that feels too overwhelming, let's just start there. And our company, you guys, I've been part of the business for over 6 years. Courtney's been in for almost 5 years. What they just did at the beginning of September is the best comp plan change in the industry. Like you could look at any company and the way that they pay you, and it's not going to get better and more simple than what our company just did with our fast start bonuses. So I want to talk 4-in-1 a little bit, because obviously that's not only how you earn the Christmas cash, but that's how you make $500 a month. And it used to be like, to make $500 a month, I had to put a Ruby chart in front of you and tell you to go out and get 2,000 volume. And like, how many of you that sent you, running for the hills? You were like, I can't do that. Like, that's crazy. For you to make an extra $500 a month now, you go out and you get 4 customers and 1 distributor. And then you pour into that 1 distributor and you help them get 4 customers and 1 distributor. And that's $500, you guys. It has never been easier to make the money that you want to make. And that's not even counting commissions that you're going to be making from those customers and from your teammates' customers. So it's just really exciting to be a part of a company for so long and see them continue to grow and change and like just give us more money. Like how many of you, like during like, when the pandemic hit and all these people lost their jobs and got laid off and got pay cuts and all of these things, companies panicked and started paying their people less money. Our company said, screw that, we're going to pay you guys more money to do your jobs even better and be more focused and more intentional, which is what it's all about. So let's talk about enrolling those 4 LCs, Courtney. I absolutely love the way Courtney builds her business, but let's specifically talk about customers. So what are some things that you're doing daily, weekly, monthly to enroll those customers that you need?
Yeah. So when they came out with this, guys, right? This, like Hope just said, it broke it down so simply that honestly, anyone can do it. Even if you're restarting your business, even if you're a brand new distributor, even if you've been doing this for a while, like every single person is on the same level playing field. And that's what I love. That's what I love. Like we were just saying about like, okay, oh, those double ambassadors, all the people in the top 150, like they feel like they're like special unicorns, but honestly, we're all on that same level playing field. So September 1st, when this was launched, we all became new distributors. So honestly, if you've started after September 1st, guess what? Your enroller that probably started before you is a brand new distributor as of September 1st too. So we have what, 5 years, 6 years of experience of doing this business. So we can help you. We're all helping you get that same result, but we're all doing it together, which I think is honestly being a part of a community like that, where you're all like just helping each other do better and like be able to enroll, is 100% why I will always stay with our company. Like that's like 100% why this community rocks. And like she said, best comp plan that there is. So let's start with 4 customers. So for me, honestly, like Hope was just saying, how, like extra $500, like how great would that be, right? Like how great would that be just for that? And we can start there with just customers. Okay. So getting your 4 customers right now, you have to stay consistent every day. This isn't a business where you work on a Monday and a Tuesday and then you're gone and you're like ghosting, you ghost your enroller for a couple of days and then you're back the next Monday. That's not, you'll never be able to build anything successful and substantial if you're not consistent. So if you can be like 100%, like if you can get 10 hosts to post up a day, do it. But if you know that it's honestly impossible with your life right now to get 10 up, can you get 5? Can you just do 5 a day, guys? You have to set that baseline for yourself, but you have to stay consistent with it. So not getting like 10 hosts to post up on Monday, 10 on Tuesday, and then nothing again until the next Monday, okay? So I'm not just saying just because you post on social media every day, you're working your business. That's great and all, but you actually have to be doing the behind the scenes work in order for your posts to even make sense. If you're just posting every day and you're not actually doing the behind the scenes messaging and having conversations and following up, your posts probably aren't getting any likes or comments right now. And if you're like, what am I doing? No one's seeing my posts. No one's seeing my stuff. Are you actually in people's inboxes, right? So let's start with Facebook. If we get at least 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I have girls on my team that get 20 hosts to post up a day. If you did that, and let's say in the beginning of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you focus all on giveaway ones, okay? Like break it down by your week. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, if you focus on getting at least 10, let's just say giveaway hosts post up every single day, think about how much your network's going to explode, right? That's 30 giveaway posts in your first couple days of the week. You're having some with no comments, which is totally fine. But then you have some with like hundreds of comments. Then you have some with like 20, right? And then you're saying to all those people, add me as a friend and message me the word giveaway. This is getting people onto your page. And then when you're posting every day, right? You're posting, do a life post, do a product post, do another like life post or interaction post on your page, follow people in the company that are posting regularly so you can get ideas and inspiration and tweak it to fit you. Now, when you're posting, you're getting people commenting and liking and wanting more information because you're bringing them so heavily into your network. That's the power of a giveaway post. A giveaway post is going to bring people in to grow your network, see your stories, and see your posts. Okay. Now you have people to message too, right? So you're bringing all these people into your network. Hey, maybe you want to give them another giveaway post, or do you want to give them a product post? So for me, I try to aim for giveaway ones the first couple days of the week. And then by the end of the week, I switch to products. And then no matter what, I always ask people about the business opportunity once they post it for me. So if I'm doing 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and it piles up, imagine how my network is going to look in a month, right? So just think about that. If you stay super consistent with just host posting, how your network's going to look in a month, what your friends list is going to look like, what your posts are going to look like, the comments, the stories, like your inbox, like just think about that. So that's something that's really, really crucial to getting customers.
I just want to interject really quickly because this is something that I've seen happen to some people on my team. And so I'm just curious what like your advice is for it. And that's that like everybody gets like really stoked and really excited when things like start popping. But then sometimes I know I have girls on my team who like all of a sudden they have like 27 messages in Facebook and like a bunch of TikTok comments to respond to and like host a post that have 67 comments, and they just get overwhelmed by the amount of like things that are happening when they actually start to have that momentum. And it starts to sort of freak them out a little bit. Yeah, because they're like, oh my God, my phone is blowing up and I feel like I can't set it down. And like they get a little like deer in the headlights. So do you have any like advice for that? Maybe specifically for someone who's new or someone who's not used to their business popping off like that?
Yeah, you have to break it down based on when you want to work your business. So look at your week, look at the rest of the week, and when are you going to sit down and do some intentional host to post action, okay? Or responding to comments in your messenger, because that's where they're all going to be. Everyone's going to be in your messenger. I don't know why I haven't done this, but last week I started saying, add me as a friend and message me to the product posts too that I was getting up. Oh my God, finally people are seeing my messages. Before I was like, I sent you a friend request, check for details. Now I'm saying add me as a friend and message me cleanse, add me as a friend and message me TFX. And now people are actually seeing my stuff because people need to be your friend to see your stuff. So on that note, think about this, right? Whenever I'm going to go, like, honestly, I can show you, whenever I go into my Facebook, no matter what, this is what you always want, right? If you're consistently doing host to post and you're saying add me as a friend and message, add me as a friend and message, and you give them a code word, you guys are going to have tons of messages in your inbox in that top right corner or top left corner. You're going to have your message request folder. And then when you go in there, you're literally, I don't know if you can see that, but you're going to see everyone saying giveaway, everyone saying cleanse, everyone saying TFX. Like it's always going to be there. I don't even know. I have people from September still that I haven't been able to get to because there's so many people in my inbox. That's not a bad problem to have. You do not have to respond. You don't have to be like, oh my God, I got 100 messages right now. I got to respond to them all. It's your life. You started this business because you want to live your life, not to be consumed by it all day, right? I don't want to sit by my phone or on my computer every single day and be stressed out and miserable and then like wonder why the heck I'm doing this. That's exactly, I've been there. I've burnt myself out and I'm like, why am I doing this? I'm not even getting to live my life right now. So how are you going to work your business? You have to just section it out in your day. So if you wake up and you do some personal development and you want to do like a half-hour power hour with yourself to getting hosted posts up, that's great. And then maybe on your lunch break, you answer some messages. And then maybe at nighttime, like right now, once you get off this, you can go answer some more, right? That you can break it up in sections of your day, but you have to plan it because without planning, you're planning to fail, right? That quote is like one of the best quotes ever, but it's so true. So when I take my planner, I'll write down what I want each day. Hey, I want to enroll 2 customers and 2 distributors today. Awesome. Okay, what Zooms do I have today? What do I need to put in my schedule? How many conversations do I want to have? Because that's a key thing too, right? Like I need to know what my baseline is. If it's 20 conversations about the business and I know I get an enrollment, that will be it. But if, hey, it takes me 50, I will get that too. So just like Hope was just saying, it's making sure you can break it down and do it when you can. Like there's this girl, Marissa, on our team who's doing amazing on Instagram. And I started doing what she does. She sends 100 Instagram messages a day. Sounds scary, but it's not. You can send 25 in like 8 minutes. You can set 25 in like 8 minutes, and then you can just do that in the morning. And then you can do one in the afternoon, and you can do one at night. And you guys, you'll get 100 messages out or 75 or whatever you want to do as your number so quickly. And that's going to get you so many customers because honestly, here, I've never had so many conversations by sending that message. So I hope everyone's sending that message out on Instagram right now. I just put it in the comments.
Thank you.
Amazing. It's so
yeah,
good.
And I think I think that was just like what people like needed to hear is like, having hundreds and hundreds of messages is like the dream. Like yeah. I remember when I started my business and I was sending 150, 200 messages a day, praying that I would wake up with notifications. And now because of host to post and because of TikTok and Reels and because of the way that we're intentionally posting, the way that we're teaching you guys how to post and be in your stories and stuff, having people come to your inbox is such a freaking blessing. And I know that when you're not used to having 1,000 million like notifications, it can be overwhelming, but I don't have notifications on for my Facebook Messenger. By the way, that little evil red dot in the corner doesn't exist on my phone. Okay, because I know that I'm going to open up my messenger when I'm ready to respond to people. And then even if you need to set a timer for 15 minutes, and do as much as you can for 15 minutes and then stop and then be like, okay, I just like busted through. Your perception of how much you can do in 15 minutes is very off. Like I'm telling you that right now. If you know you've got comments on Facebook and comments on TikTok and messages in your requests and messages in your inbox, you could probably go through 100 comments and respond to, especially if you're using boards, and respond to 50 messages in 15 minutes. If you're just going tap, 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 and you just make yourself do it. And then even if you still have messages left after those 15 minutes, go about your life and then do 15 minutes again in a couple hours. Because nobody does this business because they want to sit on their phone all day, right? And that's another limiting belief. If I don't have the time to sit on my phone all day, how am I supposed to be successful? Well, nobody has time to sit on their phone all day. So we have to get rid of that. So we talked about consistency. We talked about host to post. We talked about messaging. Is there anything else specifically that you feel like is getting you a lot of customers right now?
Following up, like you guys have to make sure that this is at the top of your priority. Every conversation is a lead. So don't just like discontinue that conversation if they say no the first time. Guys, if you're talking to someone about the cleanse and they're like, oh no, not right now, totally fine. Totally fine. The conversation's not over. Next Friday, follow up with them about another product. The Friday after, follow up with them about the business. The Friday after, follow up with them about a sample pack that you have on sale. Like a conversation is a conversation. A lead is a lead. So do not just classify it as, okay, this girl came from a TFX host to post and now the conversation's dead because she doesn't want to get started. Offer them the business, offer them a sample, hit them with another product next week. Like all conversations need to always be followed up with. Jade was a firm believer in this. And honestly, for the longest time, I probably missed so many people because I was never keeping track. I'm like the most disorganized person. So I would literally like talk to hundreds of people every single day, right? And I would not like write stuff down or not remember to like just keep track of that conversation or put it in my follow-up planner, and then I would miss it. So make sure you do not make that mistake. Now, if you see my planner, I literally write down over here, these are the people I'm talking to about distributor, these are the people I'm talking about products. And then I'll go back and I use Penny, which is like it's an awesome online thing for direct sales. It's literally like $6 a month. It's nothing. And it's so easy. You put the contact information in, it connects their Instagram or their Facebook and their phone number. So you can just literally hit follow up with the person that you're going to be following up with, and it will open up a new tab and open up their messenger. And you can literally send your message away about your follow up. So now I have to be one of the things, like I said, I'm so disorganized. So for me to be like, oh my gosh, I have to put this name in this app now. Don't let me forget that. But by me doing that, I've been signing more people up consistently, and people that I definitely would have let fell through the cracks in the past, in all honesty. So following up is so important.
Ooh, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so that's your 4. So if you guys are being consistent, getting up post to post, having people add you and message you, setting aside that intentional time, doing your follow-ups, like she said, sending out messages like this on Instagram, all those things, you're going to be getting customers. Now, some of you, it'll happen literally within like 2 or 3 days of doing this. If you could just make yourself do all of these things for 72 hours, like I think some of you would just have your mind blown by like, wow, it only took a few days. Some of us, especially those of us who've been doing this business for longer, it's like the longer you go without doing these things, the longer it's going to take for you to rebuild that momentum. So keep in mind that some of you will start doing this and literally start enrolling customers later this week. Some of you will start doing this and maybe those enrollments don't start coming in until the end of the month. But either way, you need the enrollments. You have to kind of just be willing to do it until, like not if and when, but like until you get the results that you're looking for. So that's customers. Now let's talk about
the big thing too.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
That's a big thing too. Like a lot of people will be like, oh, I have 5 people in on my planner written down for Friday to sign up, so I'm good. You're not good. Like the chances of all 5 of them signing up are like not that great, guys. I'm being honest. People give you a date to sign up, which is great, but the majority of them are going to find some excuse and say, hey, maybe next Friday or maybe next week or next month, right? That's why you have those people that are always going to be in your planner until they actually sign up. And that's why you always just want to keep getting up your follow-ups. You want to just get your host to post up. And honestly, I really want to say this because it sounds like a lot, but it's really not. And you have to have a lot of fun with it. Like you have to have fun with it. If you're not having fun, you're not going to do it. You have to take the emotion out of it too, as far as, oh, they're not going to say yes, or, oh, they're not going to sign up today, or, oh, they're not going to even want to post this status for me. You have to take that mindset out. And this will go right into our distributor conversation, but you have to take that mindset out because people can feel that energy through a message. They can literally feel that energy through your messages. So if you're like, no one's posting for me, no one's going to post for me, I wouldn't post for you either if you have that attitude, right? Like you have to have the mindset like, this is amazing. I have so many amazing things to offer these people. When people come into my network, they want to join my team. They want to buy products from me. They want to post for me. Just have that energy over your business. And that's going to really reflect through everything that you do.
Yep, exactly. And And it's not about that, like the first thing you said, it sounds like a lot. How many of you are hearing all of the things that she's saying and you're like, oh my God, that sounds like kind of a lot. Like you're willing to do it. You're excited. You're on the Zoom. You're on the Zoom because you want to do all the things. But when she said all the things that you need to do just now, we haven't even talked about distributors yet. You're like that's a lot of things. I have a task list, y'all. I have a blank Monday through Sunday. It's 9 things. Now, 9 things might seem like a lot of things, but half of these things on my list are the things that are fun for me. Making reels and TikToks, making my personal life posts, making my simple posts every day, adding 15 to 20 story slides. Then I have getting up 10 or more hosts to post, messaging at least 50 people, doing my follow-ups, interacting, and doing my journaling and affirmations. When you have it like this and you have all day and you start to get, like I said, like we said, planning when you're going to work and sitting down and doing your stuff for an hour, you are going to be able to do it. Take these thoughts out of your head about your ability to do it. Me and Courtney did not come into this with any kind of special skill set where we were naturally better at doing these things. We just learned how to do it from people who were already doing it, and then we went out and took the same action. And you guys are 100% capable of doing the same thing. So let's talk about some of the things that are your action steps. So you talked about following up with people for enrolling distributors. The follow-up is always going to be super, super important. I know you've been using like TikToks and Reels and video content, so I'd love for you to talk about that. But is there anything else that you're doing to really like enroll distributors right now?
Yeah, so distributors is definitely, like I said, you have to be as personable as possible. So if you go to my page, I would hope you know what I look like. I would hope you know that I have dogs. I would hope you know that we travel the country in a motorhome. I would hope you know that, like, just some things about me, right? So if I go to your social media right now, what will I see? Will I see pictures of you, pictures of your life, things about like that make you unique, right? Do you like to cook? Are you a mom? Like what are your things? What are your 5 buckets, as Jade calls it, that you can sort yourself into? So if I went to your page, what are 5 things that I should know about you? And I can see through in your posts. You have to be super intentional with your life posting, okay? So make sure that you are talking about your life and bringing in the business in some shape or form each day, because as you're doing giveaway hosts posts and you're getting people into your network, they're going to see that. As you're making video content and they're getting into your network, they're going to see that, right? As you're sending a message, a follow-up message, even if they ignored you, they're going to go look at your stories on your page, I'm sure, or your posts are going to appear up on their newsfeed because Facebook thinks you guys are best friends. So posting every day, very important on your to-do list. Not an only thing you have to do. It's a thing that seals the deal, basically, right? Like just think about posting on your social media, on your page and on your story, being that sealing the deal because you're consistent with it. And then as you're bringing all these people to come see you, you're hitting them with multiple things about you, multiple things that you have to offer them, okay? Because they immediately, when someone reads your stuff, they're going to put themselves in your shoes and say, could I do a business like that too? Or, oh my gosh, I'd love extra money for the holidays. Or, oh my gosh, I want those gummies. They look delicious. Or that coffee she drinks every day. I need it, right? People are going to immediately be selfish and put themselves in your shoes. So don't be like nervous. Don't be afraid. And then do not be afraid to make TikToks and Reels, because it's one of the things right now. Video content is like #1 on ways to get your brand out there, right? So that's you talking about the business. That's you talking about a product. That's you just showing a recipe video or a mom hack or a life hack or an Alexa tip. I don't know, like anything that you can find that you can do. If you go down your For You page on TikTok and you're seeing stuff and you're like, that's funny, I love that. Or, oh my gosh, that's awesome. Save it, like hit the little like button, save it. You guys can recreate anything that you find on that page. You can go to top leaders in the company that are working TikTok and doing it successfully, right? And you can recreate anything that they do. That's what I was just training my team with tonight. I said for the next 7 days, let's be super intentional and let's make 2 to 3 TikToks a day. And we're going to transfer them over to Reels. Okay. It's fun. It's going to be awesome. You're going to have so much fun with it. And it's going to get you guys so much traction. I promise, as long as you're consistent with it. So for me, it was last year, October 16th, when I sold my house and we start traveling. I said, I'm going to be intentional with TikTok. And I did 3 to 6 a day because I was crazy, but you guys can do it too. Whatever you want to do, you can do 1 a day. It doesn't matter. But 3 to 6 a day really got my my stuff out there, right? Because one might not get any hits and then one explodes. So it took me 6 weeks of doing that on TikTok, and then my video went viral and I signed 60 distributors from that. So if you want to be super intentional with something, it's going to be host to post, and it's going to be making video content every day. 100%. That's the two things that you guys, if you're super consistent with those two things, it's going to bring so many people into your network. Even if you make a video about like a travel video or a recipe or something, or like a restaurant that you go eat at, these people are going to come into your network, and now they're going to start seeing your other stuff. So Facebook recently launched Reels, and that's a huge, huge thing. If you have it, guys, you have to use it. Like, it's one of the, like, number one biggest tip from this Zoom tonight: leave. And if you have Facebook Reels, use it every single day. Do it every single day. I promise you. I had like 200 followers on Facebook as of a month ago. I have 37,000 followers on Facebook right now. So what does that mean? That means that anytime I post a public post on my page or put stuff up on my stories, my story views are over 2,000 views a day right now. That's never, ever, I've never got more than like 100, honestly, be for real. I get over 2,000 views on my story a day. I get people that are commenting on my product posts and my business posts and things that I do on my social media, on my Facebook page, that are not my friends. Literally, if you go look at any of my posts recently, you'll see me saying, add me as a friend and message me, because like, they're not my friends. They're not my friends. They're all new people coming from my Facebook Reels into my network. Not everyone has Facebook Reels. So if you do have it, 100% use it, guys. Okay. But if you don't, focus on Instagram Reels and focus on TikTok. And you can make one video on TikTok and then go to like snaptik.app, the website or whatever, and you can like remove the watermark and then post it on your other platforms. And you can use that same concept for your life post that day or something in your stories. So like, you don't have to overthink things and create like a million things. But this is 100% where I'm getting all of my distributors from. I'm bringing them in with video content, and then they're seeing my posts and my stories. I'm bringing them with video content, they're seeing my posts and my stories. I have over 4,000 applications right now, and I haven't even got to the majority of them. Like Hope was just saying, I don't get overwhelmed by it. I just literally have to make sure that every day right now I talk to 25, 50, whatever amount of number I want to set for myself. Hey, go make sure you text 40 people from your application. Go make sure you, bless you, babe. Go make sure you message 40 people from your application. Like, that's my goal in my head.
Just like chop it into pieces. And like, what a beautiful thing that like right now, like, if you think about it like this, you guys, like when you hear, once again, when you hear that, like that might be overwhelming, or like you might feel like that would drive you crazy, but like Courtney isn't having to go out and find 50 people to have a conversation with. They're sitting there. Their phone number is literally sitting there waiting for her to text it. And so this is what we, like in network marketing, we call it like our funnel. So every time you get someone to put up a host to post for you, respond to a message, fill out your form, fill out your application, drop a comment. Those are now people who are in your funnel so that you can turn them into leads. And what Courtney is talking about with using host to post and video content with consistency sort of side by side is that her funnel is never going to be empty. Her funnel is literally never going to be empty. She's never going to be like, oh God, I don't have anyone to talk to today. And that's where some of you are getting stuck, because you're not taking enough action to where you have people to talk to, people to message, people to follow up with every single day. And I think that, I mean, I know that that is why Courtney has had so much success in the last quarter of this year, is because her consistency with all of the things all year long has snowballed into, right? She didn't get 4,000 applications in one day, you guys. It snowballed from all of her videos and all of her host to post, giving her that many. So I love that. If you just, if so, out of everything we've said, if you can do host to post, make video content, and follow up.
Yeah.
Like what it, like for those of you who are completely overwhelmed by the idea of doing so many things, if you spent 30 to 60 minutes a day on host to post, 30 to 60 minutes a day on video content, and 30 to 60 minutes a day on follow up, you would see such an incredible increase in your business. Now, obviously, doing your stories and doing your posts and sending your messages and stuff is just going to help, especially if you're not in a place where you have hundreds of people sitting in your inbox, right? You have to do all of the things. But I think if you needed to hash it back into like, what are the top 3 things I should be doing for my business right now? You should be doing host to post, you should be making videos, and you should be following up with people.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. And you can't get overwhelmed by that. Like Hope was just saying, that number. in your inbox. Like if I wanted to spend all day responding to people in inboxes and messaging people for my application, that's great. But then I wouldn't get my video content out. Then I wouldn't get my host to post up. Then I wouldn't get my posts done. That's not how I want to do it. So for me, like I'm always going to be that content creator, right? So think about that for you. Be the content creator, not a content consumer. I'm not going to be scrolling for hours on TikTok when I can be making a couple TikToks and batching them and getting them ready for the next couple days. Like I'm not going to be, whenever I'm scrolling, it's usually intentional to recreate something for myself, for my own brand. If not, I reward myself maybe at nighttime before I go to bed with some TikToks that I just watch, right? Like, cause that's just fun. It's fun.
I love that though. Did you guys hear that? I'm going to say it again. Be a content creator, not a content consumer. Yeah, we are all consumers. That is what social media is. Like we are all consuming all of this content and all of this information. But what you really want is for people to consume your content and your your information. So, am I absolutely addicted to the TikTok? Yes, I am. I love myself some TikTok, but as I'm scrolling through and I'm watching what's trending, as soon as a sound pops up on my timeline more than twice, I save it to my favorites. And I start trying to think of ideas of what I could do with it. Sometimes I make TikToks to trending sounds and I don't even know what like I'm going to do with it. Like, I don't even know what words I'm going to put on it, but there's like that one that's like right now that's like, girl who is we, I ain't doing that. And I just did it the other day. I was outside with Casper and I was like, I'm just gonna like lip sync this. And I don't even know what I don't know if it's going to be a business or something about mom life or like, I don't even know what I'm going to do, but that sound is trending as hell. So I'm going to use it and I'm going to put something on it. Maybe I'll do something about the business or something. Oh my God, Kylie's so funny. She said I made one today and I didn't even understand the joke until after I posted it. But you saw like 6 people do it, right? And you're like, I guess this is what everyone's doing on the TikTok. And that's how you start with your video content. You can get more creative as you go, but my recommendation to you right now is that if you have been like struggle busing, go to Courtney's. Her thing is like traveling with CVA. Go to mine, Hope Finds Happiness, and go through our videos, write down the wording in your notes, save the sounds to your favorites, and tomorrow just copy them. Just copy them. That's what everyone does on TikTok, is just copy each other. So stop waiting until you have this like burst of like creative, like guys, I'm not creative. Like I struggle making my own story slides. Like I'm just not that person. But when I see someone else on TikTok do something, it's like, oh, that's funny. Oh, that's smart. Oh, I like that sound. Like, and then as you get better at it, you get better at creating your own content with it. But we can all just copy each other, guys. And then that takes the pressure off, right? Instead of you sitting there and being like, I know I need to make videos. I don't know what to make videos about. I don't even know what to do. Just go to Courtney's and copy 5, go to mine and copy 5. Now you have 10 videos to put out there. That's way better. So we're just going to sort of circle back around to like keeping your mind right. So obviously there's always obstacles that you've overcome in the past. There's obstacles you're going to keep hitting, new levels, new devils. And so as you're doing these things and you're staying consistent, and then, a bad day rolls around, maybe a bad mental health day, maybe something goes down in your family, maybe you and Brett get into a fight. I know y'all are like in the lovebird stage right now, but I know you still fight because everybody fights sometimes. But you guys, you know what I'm saying. So, when you hit those hard days and those hard patches, what are some of the things that you're doing to keep yourself consistent and not let it like take you out of the game completely?
Exercise. Really simple answer right there. You have to move your body. Like you literally will, if you move your body, you'll change your mind. So that's something that I struggled with in the last year. We start traveling every week. We've been in a new place. So I was eating new food. I gained a lot of weight. Awesome. I wasn't consistent with my products. I wasn't consistent with working out at all. So in the last couple months, I've been super consistent with it, right? So that's just something for me, personally, it makes me feel good. And it also changes your mental health. You have to make sure you don't touch your phone in the first 30 minutes of the day. Jay Shetty said it best when if you touch your phone and look at it, you're literally like you're on the responsive like side right away, right? You're on that defensive side because you're immediately like, let me respond to this message and defend it. And you're inviting like thousands of people into your bedroom before your feet even touch the floor. So like literally you open your phone, right? You have all these messages. Jay said he said this, and I think it was in his book or audio book or something. And it was so good. And I was like, wow, that's so true. Because literally now all these people on my Facebook, my Instagram, my TikTok are in my bedroom before I even got to really wake up. And that's something, honestly, daily, I still struggle with because I feel like I'm a little like, you know, we're all kind of addicted to our social media, kind of addicted to our phones, right? So we were like, oh my God, I wonder if that person signed up last night. Or, oh my gosh, let me go see if they responded to me. Make sure you spend that 30 minutes to yourself. And then when you're having those like bad days, like put your phone down, put it down. You're not going to lose business because you put your phone down for a half hour to go for a walk, or you put your phone down for a half hour to go read a book, or you put your phone down a half hour to go work out in the basement. Like you're not going to lose like everything you're building just based on that time that you're going to spend with yourself. So make sure you're doing that for yourself, and you can come back with a clearer mind and a way more like energetic state to answering people and talking to people.
Yep, 100%. Absolutely. Just change your environment. Change your environment, change your thoughts. If you're getting really overwhelmed and a little burnt on Facebook, stop working on, put your phone down, go for a walk, kiss your babies, make dinner. When the babies are asleep, go to Instagram. Like now you're not even dealing with the same inbox that you were dealing with before. And so you have to be willing to shift out of it. Me and Kylie Pops were talking about it like a downshift almost. So it's like you're going and you're going and you're going and you're going and then you're feeling so burnt out and you're feeling so frustrated. And it's like, how do you downshift back into every single day I'm doing my best, and my best is always good enough. Every single day I'm learning and growing. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just showing up. You know, I'm a great mom, I'm a great wife, I'm a great girlfriend, I'm a great dog mom, like whatever you need to do to shift yourself back into that place of feeling good about yourself and feeling good about your business doesn't always look like what you're doing on your phone. In fact, often when you're on your phone is when you start to get like, no, I keep making these wide eyes, but you almost get like crazy eyes. You're like, I've got so many comments and so many messages and I don't know. Set it down, friend. Go read a devotional. Go yell some affirmations at yourself. Go for a run. Go like move yourself physically out of the environment that you are, and it's going to start shifting so many things for you. And it's so funny because it's not just at work, it's literally our society. So many people come home from their 9 to 5 or whatever or school or whatever they're doing, and they sit down on the couch and they put on Netflix while they scroll on TikTok for 3 hours. And that's what we're taught to do, to like downshift ourselves, to like recoup from a hard day. But what if every single human being stretched for 15 minutes, read for 15 minutes, meditated for 15 minutes, and then like spent quality time with their family for 15 minutes? How much more relaxed and calm and grateful and present and clear we would all be. And none of those things are hard things to do. It's just a lot easier to pick up the remote and turn on the TV, right? And I'm not saying Netflix isn't one of those things that you can go do at the end. Like Courtney said, at the end of the day, if you want to treat yourself to 15 minutes of scrolling or an episode of whatever show you're into, like, heck yeah, you should do that. You're a human being. You're allowed to enjoy things. But I'm asking you to stop numbing and stop buffering with the same things that everyone else is using to do those things, because you don't want to be like them. You don't want to be like your friend who's still living at their mom's house, working their 9 to 5. Like you don't, so why would you, when you get home and you get settled at the end of the day, why would you do the same things that she does? That kind of thing. So I love that. I also need to start exercising. I was doing so good this summer. We were walking 2 miles every morning, and then, you know, life. But I'm going to get back into it because I know how much better I feel when I just move my body. So much good things. Does anyone else have any other questions for Courtney? I definitely didn't think we would go this long, but this was all so freaking good. And I'm so appreciative of you.
Let me talk about distributors really quick, because I feel like I kind of talked about it, but then I stopped. But guys, bringing in teammates is something like you shouldn't be afraid to do, and something that 100% is going to be like the number one most rewarding thing in your business. because like Hope said, as soon as you're helping that one do the 4-in-1, you're going to get that 350 on top of it. So if you want an easy $500 and you also feel like awesome in the meantime because you help someone else make money, go after your 4-in-1 this week and then help that one do the same exact thing. That's a cycle done. That's $500. Deposit it the next week into your bank account. So it's Tuesday now. There's no way that you couldn't, right? Like get your 4-in-1 done by Friday and then start helping that one do their same exact thing. I just got 2 4-in-1s done in the last couple of days. I know right now, if you do host to post, and like I was saying, and you're following up and you're being consistent with it, just the way I was teaching you guys tonight, you're going to be able to get 4-in-1s done like that. So after every single host to post, I immediately ask someone about the business opportunity, see if they want more information. I put them into the VIP lounge and I tag them in Jade's video, and they watch that video and they get back to me with either a date or they sign up. Every time. It works like magic, guys. If people don't answer, that's because you're not following up. So just make sure you're following up. Hey, did you have time to watch that video? Hey, do you have 20 minutes now to watch that video? On Friday, hey, did you have a chance to watch that video, right? Make sure you're writing these people down that you're adding into the VIP lounge and keeping track of them, because that's something I definitely slacked on before. And I know that would really help you guys right now with sealing the deal with distributors. So doing that, having a lot of conversations about the business, if you have at least 20, I would say, a day, and getting people into the VIP lounge, whether it's sending messages out saying, hey, I know you've been following me for a while. Would you like information about what I do? I'd love to tag you in this quick video to learn more. Like just something that simple. Make an ask out of yourself, as Mark always says. And I did a training with a really great guy, Eric Worre, in network marketing. He's like the #1 network marketer. And he literally last week was saying, you just have to have these conversations, right? So make a list right now of 1 to 100, right? Just go, I don't know, go print out a piece of paper, go get your notebook, 1 to 100, and say by Friday or by Saturday, we'll do it because it's already later in the week. By Saturday, I'm going to have 100 people in the VIP lounge. Jade did this challenge when we first started using it, and everyone that was doing it was enrolling distributors. So ask people to be in there, ask after host to post, just start talking to people about the business opportunity, and you will 100% sign a distributor by Friday if you start doing that. Okay. So that's your 4-in-1. And then you really want to be intentional with helping that one to get your Christmas cash. So what I've been doing is every Monday, Tuesday, I have my Zoom. I use this website called calendly.com, and then I set up a Zoom schedule for 15-minute calls with all of my new people. And every Monday, Tuesday, especially in their first 30 days, I get on a really quick Zoom with them, and I literally talk to them about the business. I ask them what their goals are, get to know them a little bit more, actually get to know like their spouse's names and their dog's names and their kids' names. That was something I never made the time for before. And now I realize it's super important to connect to people on my team, right? Because they know things about me. I would love to know things about them. So I spend that time with them, and then we go over their Facebook and how they're posting. And then we talk about host to post, and I share my phone screen. I spend 15-ish minutes, sometimes 30, with every new distributor once a week for their first 30 days. And then after that, it's more of like game setting for the month, right? Or like getting on a Zoom as much as they need to as they're going after the next goal. That's 100% how I'm almost on my 3rd Christmas cash, is because I'm being super intentional with bringing people in and actually spending time with them and helping them be successful in this business. 110%. Before, I'd bring in 40, 50 distributors, and I'd be like, okay, here's the training, let's go. Like hoping they would do it and not spending that time on a Zoom. So if you're looking to get Christmas cash before December 10th, get your 4-in-1, get it again, help those 3 people that you just brought in do the 4-in-1, and that's Christmas cash.
I love that. And I love so much, because of the simplicity of this new system, the fact that it's 4-in-1, one distributor, one person that you are going to spend that time with and help them grow and develop them, because that's how network marketing was always supposed to be. And obviously social media has changed a lot of things where you can go out and enroll 10, 20, 30, 40 people, but nothing is ever going to replace that one-on-one relationship that you build with somebody who joins your team, and you believe in them and you pour into them and you help develop them. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I think, I was gonna say, I think back to all the ways that they've offered us bonuses in the last 6 years. Usually it's, go Ruby, go Diamond, go Ambassador, right? And it's like, this is the easiest, quote unquote, easiest. It still takes effort, it still takes consistency, but this is the least amount of enrolling you have ever had to do to earn a bonus. It is so much more about developing and being that person for someone else. And I love that. It's like they're paying us better to just be better and to just be a better friend and a better mentor, which is what it was always supposed to be. And I'm just so grateful that it works, has made this shift and has made it so much more simple for us to not just do it, but to focus on that.
Well, Hope, in the last 2 months, guys, since they like announced this, right? And like Hope was just saying, I went from like having the mindset of I need at least 30 distributors a month because I was a crazy person. And then I decided, you know what? No, I want to develop people. I don't care how many people it is. Like I took a number off the table, just like I took the rank off the table. I was like, I just want to develop people and have fun doing it. And in the last month alone, I made almost $3,000 in fast start bonuses in October, literally. And I only brought in 11 distributors only. I say only. I brought in 11 distributors in October, and that was my lowest month in the last year and a half that I've brought in distributors, but I made the most amount of fast start bonuses. So I think that just goes to show that even if you don't feel like you can be a mass of something, right? A mass enroller, as long as you're intentional and consistent with your host to post and you're following up and talking to people like we were just talking about tonight, you will bring in distributors. You're going to help them do the same thing, and you're going to make a lot of money in the process of helping other people make a lot of money super quick too.
Amen to that. I love that. So Rebecca, I see your question, but I'm going to message you one-on-one because so Rebecca asked about posting for distributors. And I think that we have to just go back to what Courtney said and say that, sometimes she's making those TikToks that are like, I'm looking for people to make money from home. Sometimes she's posting on Facebook, I'm super slammed. I'm looking for people who want to make extra income, but mostly she's just sharing who she is and what she does. And because of sharing who she is and what she does, people are interested. And so some of this for you, Rebecca, because I know your specific circumstance, it's going to be letting go of this idea that if you just share who you are and what you're doing, that people won't be interested, right? Because we're like, I'm not living in a motorhome and traveling cross country like Courtney. It's just not that exciting. But the truth is that Jade is just like a mom from Illinois with 3 kids, and like people find her wildly fascinating. So I mean, Jade's funny and stuff too, but we have to let go of this idea that like we have to be or do something other than what we are to attract people. Because the truth is that if you go out, and I've done this so many times in the last 6 years, you guys, you go out and you be who you think people want you to be. You put forward this face, or you put out this post, or you put up like whatever, and then you would end up attracting a bunch of people who aren't even like your people. You attract people who like aren't as excited about this. You don't have as much in common. You get to know them, or they get to know you a little bit more, and they're like, wow, you're not really like how you were on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So being you and who you are, and the gifts and the blessings that you have to offer people is the most important way to post about a distributor, to enroll distributors, if that makes sense. So Courtney just shared a power hour with us, which is awesome. My kid is walking in the door, so I'm gonna go, but thank you so much, Courtney, for all of this. Thank you everyone for being on tonight. I'll get the recording up as soon as I can, and I hope everyone has a great night. Bye guys.